Achomi na koko atreku mwene blema dede aboyo. O kwa gasaje ni femo. Question time. Normally washe. Ke washe na kambi amlimpe boli yake wababi sajin. Wababi man sajin wababi wadenche wa normally hun sajin. Nibi ni yano ye gamli ganamli ni sake mambi wawie here. Na koko atreku injo family batashi. Nimbala mi nchombo ganyo no nu shishojugba. Wana fe no kada agbamo efe kada agbamo ni taflache kafra kekemie nile kejwe moyemli eko onye blema dede aboyo lume a headmistress me pe in academy e mi ko ba school tue mi oba na ke lume ebamli ejake obla yo ewi anokwale egbala asaje amli ake very emotional gang bele hunchon no hiwo Wacha me, wanye me, wani me na me, wani mi meki wanani me fe baba batueko. Bo mode no jano ko nyemiko wake. Na ko achreku, lume a headmistress eh. Beke na shinehu. Nsambe ko. Onu alo nu ko nu ebe botueko. Oh, yeah, for it, our black man. Tona, I'm on them biamli ni wo yo, oh, yeah, for a ke scratch a man fin, a mentable kuma. Ke ake able kuma, he no banya no ko he ato. No ya bo abo, jenji able kuma, be kuma bojinowe. Ebe no hiafo enta ofu ya meje ye mamli shika acheme hu nta ofu ya meje ye mamli mamu eni ji Ghana de nchele nta ogbe ne ba jofu eshi egbe ne eshi egbe pe han wo ye bie ewo ke Ghana de nchele hu jofu eshi egbe be na mo e ba hye gbe follow no tashi ko no ba jofu mi hu ni tashi ke na ma jofu iyo mo na nko e ba jofu na imbibi biopo na nko e ba jofu ejake ma emie do kala. Mweneke jo kwe nonika wo hie inke minta woni wawie the unspoken struggle ni yo especially war sport me ye gan many he woni nakoko acheko minta woni mawie ne kan wie mo na eko ejake jo obote wo gam ni o nake woni memehi woni memeye wo bihi nke wo biyi tafla cheme ko manye me ka meche mefe sport ameka me he wo mi ojogba wiemo kotoku koke akotoku pe bo ba na ke gan wo fon woni jin ojogba bia nepo denche ball twa ameyemli ojogba denche ni sport ekome hu ka acheche oba nu gama bi agba yemi ni chom ya ke wo pa mi hiwale ke wo yo tie ne ke na mi nchin nu wo na hiwale wo sumo ni wo ke sport agbole ni won ni me ana ke shikon hiwale wo ye ko jogba keji ohin efafi wo oba na ke obukan bi ahia lo bi mene na kanhwe mo ebedon shi blame akwe benije ba chele wo ni wo boti ohomli ne no ba ya nsho no ba na gbekan bi abo na ke ba na ano ahye ona inshomli adamo na afon akotokue ke abe ehia pe ba kenye fen ke tension na nyadomo nsho afon na kwemo niji onupa no hewo keja ka sport ele game wo yemi ojogba ade nche no hewo keji noko eba ye sport here ake sa ake mini wo hu mini wo wie eko. Now let's talk beyond sport. It is not enough ake afe kotoko alo ake akrashi ne woke wo he wo min keke shimon ye no se many yomli nke ha gbeke bi alo man bi ni yo neke akrashi namely ni sport mi wana pi ye Ghana ma namely wana bemli ni wo cheme wonyeme ni ameka mehe shanfole ameha wo mangana ni in fact ame perform so many sporting activities me wana bemli ni keta flache hilacha ekome ojopo denche ame ye sure shi ame ha na ko chenge kete he ni ajo sini entertainment pomli denche baba o na me ni wona ko na me hwehwe ame hi shi Pie taflache jiaka me nhua me hi aka me wuni ayalo me beweku shi eyaba lake no twumo na metwu amegbo hede meke hama noko ya je komlinke bako Moko bata she ba wi aketa flash no na me na ye me manage lo jogban no hani homo yo ame gbole bi amli ko wie na kan o wie anokwa she ya ba la ko nyo hu ton ye heko ejake blame bi ye na me ka me he wo sport e mi pi ni na kan bi amli ye troke penje no jino ni amena ye mi mene sports hene she ye jenko jinfe shika ya mli ojogba adenche ni acheme chon sports me ana ni acheme ye sports me ana hena non be ye sports me ana people of influence and strength from sports and ye imagine komamli they are well celebrated she ya woman name li etaflache e afiotamo keji o face sports koe be ida ake anabotamo school e agbebo ojogban alo ona gbekono okeba atun ewo okenchonomi bona fe no na hefene mokrofioko shimo neke hefene mone ani amena ngmene lo ile meni ntwabo ni taflache ni nyomba agwe api ame 400 CDs 500 CDs ame ntwa clubs ye ma namely ni neke clubs na me twa level say kokete man say ame any millions and thousands of CDs a week no he won many he won ni wo no ye ma namely wonye wokwe ame ojogban wo ye koko wo ye timber wo ye gold wo ye oil wo ye nibi ni maji kroko me baba opo be eminja shilololo kejoba Africa Ghana our sportsmen and sportswomen suffer. They are cheated on their intellect, they are cheated on their talent, they are cheated in every aspect concerning their sporting activities. Kaji gbomoke he shanfoleni e Facebook ye gama namely alo Ghana namely eta momone hebo no ofe ni emu o fail e febo favor eyin e pa na ke taflache bo o abo aden ni na ke kebo bo onyumo ni ke ni bo oyo ni bo o jelepo ne wabo ne wale hu ejake. Most of these people are benefiting from this sportsmen. Oye najienyo, oye nijienyo, onana, ni kwe taflache moni hela etalojo, ne eta semli, na chile kenya kemba. The most vulnerable people in our society, women, children, and physically impaired people. I am not calling them they are vulnerable, especially the physically impaired. They are too vulnerable. Useless to themselves. No, because in my experience and in people me interacting here like HR or mojoe, these are people may make their living by themselves without support. They are not dependent on people to move and do things for themselves. And they are making strides. So I have great respect for people ni taflache hilaicha omojo. But that notwithstanding, we cannot deny the fact that these people in our society still need extra attention, extra care, and extra of everything that we have to offer. Well, yake ye Ghana mane me wo ye team ni taflache the Paralympic team. Ni ameni taflache ke aya Olympic se na afi oke taflache me ni machala ke obubu afu ya lo hilai me ni hilai echa me ojoe ameji me ni amedamonshe woto me ni wo your national team ni cha Black Stars wo ye Black Starlets wo ye Black Queens can be we have them as well. Ameya wali yake manem wali ye manem wake aye Olympics ke me wali pepepe ameti ameba afe be fi ona ni wa anu ne ake me ni meti Oslo Norway heni wonyemi nu NAC radio yo ne amefa me la je Ashema no I'm register for any game. Ata wa me mo fia mo enyoko omli enyobumli. Be mokome ni le akele efia ke eweku mensumo ni papa. Eweku menhusumo le papa. Aye ni hie se tele la ke kambu. Ewo ne sheboda na pe na amolo kotokunka. Na mi akele ejofe kenje Norway mi kembote Sweden mi. Anto I'm a European ni na me hie Schengen visas. Ewo ke with the exception of London call hie Schengen visa bo banye no kebote hifian. Aka mete report ko me ba ke me 9 me ko me le hu report me wi aka me 11 she no ni Mr. Samson Dean ni le president ke ha African Paralympic Committee ni le no eji chairman ke ha Ghana Paralympic Committee ta won egbla mi achon wo pe eji ake alo egbla mi chon wo pe eji ake esusu ake visa apply ha me 7 njo 6 first na mamete ni ne abala ake amekoche ake amekoche ina shock na egbehie tafla che shock emu atwie wo be echingo ahwe na sa apply ha me 4 aka mameji wekume ni ya na me akwa gbonu egbeji anoto ni anye ni akagbonu abahye manemi me ni mete mochri ye Norway yelen na mesheje me amena mochri house ame ho ake dogoyaro ame ho amete. I know this is a very serious issue. It has caused an uproar on Facebook and other social media platforms and news outlets amongst people, your gambling, Ghana family. Everybody is discussing. Mejo ajakpa afe neke ate neke. Many charm fraud, many neke many kem. I'm afraid they are right. Lele nani when you me fe. Here she share money. Aka menye ameke ame ana me afi no kunakan na ma hye ma no bo ame ana ma wo Ghana mama no po amekpepo na aka ake na me mba na mejofo epo wonsumo no shimu ahye no mo fim boot for boot mo fim mo elo eni bi ejofo ete. Shona, I want us to look beyond that sport. Me minta woni walk beyond ake they are fake or not fake. Because there is a voice going bolo in between the line of what has happened. We are not paying attention to. We are all paying attention to what has just happened, but not the root. Noni poten he wone name we are seeing them. Macho de ke egbene no ni manga inyemi imami na okanle osamanye. For me we amokokemo and I'll use the words on this program tonight. Ekena kesa nekoba je sani ekeke na akwo sako kwa ke meni pote mini o kodamoshi o kwa wempe kwa moshi pon hu no ni fon ni yo mi so nke kokko kuma ekpakpa hu ni yo mi no kono no shefun. And that is exactly no ni minta oni gbeke ni anyimi me wa academicians wo fe honor. The problem we should be looking at is that we should now start channeling our energy, what efforts, what meaningful, what frustration, the unspoken debt, the poverty. As I know, can be a thing, our government, because homo, ni wo fe won pele den me ani wo gbo e bi ani wo na no ne ha ni bia ne mo fe mo nta wa ablekuma no ne ha ni bia ne mo fe mo nta wa ejofo ye pa wo ye ma na mi ni wonu baba me ni po na ata wo na aka wo ne wo che vampi ewie noko ni eke efenle na akpepo aka ni bi ni ya na efe po denche taflache government hegbomopo yemli. I mean, we do not have evidence, but it is alleged and we hear. The government officials are selling slots and things for people to travel. They are making money out of it. And what this is nothing, there is a government official involved in this issue. It will surprise me at all. It is not going to surprise me. The problem I am having right now is that the government a law official ni kan ministry na ni ji Honorable Yusuf He's not going to take responsibility for noni ete. No, we will go in and look at letters say statements say neighbor. But let us discuss these things first. And explanation, I get it, but then I want the government as a machinery, the government as a body to recognize and realize, okay, there is something happening in this country. Mana me here na niji Ghana, ke Ghana na ke Ghana, ba jofu ni ba shi na ye bi e hawo. Ke Ghana na e ba jofu ni ledi nche e ya. If not Ghana, and there is no life in this country. Because everything we do in this country is lifeless, it's dead. Wana no kejemi. O chuni kejo miao here no ba mio nyemi kwebo na se. Keji moko mia bue ena eno chumo se. Ewo a miami mia moko mia moko a mia ofe won mia wo ebuko mbanku ba ke no super in the nation. Mo fia mo fi no nesumo. Because we need to survive. Homo yewo. Look, Keji will take 50 of many are on Facebook and other social media platforms. No, ni ame complain and they come and you ask them, do you want to stay in this country? 49% is back no, if not all the 50. Nobody wants to stay in this country. Nobody wants to stay in this country because we see the country we are in ebeheko hekonia. Ebeheko heko kraneya. Mo fe mo ko ni wo fon shiki han le eba because ta fla che ke kwa ehie na ke ehe hia me sa ke ba ne ba lo eko ni le we ka wewe ku mi na ye eko me po ka me ba ame woku ede nche ame fo weku eda ame pe ame ka me bi ka me hoi ni ba ye. And while we are suffering, these people only needed a way to run away. That is just it. They only needed a means to get out of this system because the system is suffocating Mofemo. Do you think they did not calculate the risk involved? Knowing Taflache, they are not even athletes. They don't form part of the Paralympic team. They want to escape. Waya mamli nuchumo bemli entrepreneurship den cheke boden cho ofe anything entrepreneurial no beshika obe wekunyo ko ni keshika ko ba wo miabo obe connections ko ni ba nye pump bo you nothing no ko no ba fie it will not even go je ko jino ni taflache gadangbe bi e shame here fole na meke amenfe gadangbe journalism ni amenwana twa gan po denche gadangbe fe ke machi poni wo denche wonyimi me po support yi woni Jeno ko nita flache sa ke gbomo de sa phone pa fire hu de nita flache po ba na subscriber ha le ne ke gadangbe nyojibo po no ofe journalism ye alo ofe anything media blogging vlogging anything ye gadangbe mliye de no ba na 1k po de ncho ba cho here la cha because it's eye kwe to ko po de ba he data po ne ba ka ke ba de ke ba kwe Wanye meni salaga makete akmona me hia me kanje me. People have lost their stalls, space. Mofia monta we jofui. One minute la mokola me ho me store me ni bi fe na me ke wo me bia gbe na me do fa me ya. People are going through the Amazon and other places to escape. Just a call heko. We have seen stowaway, ni bi ni me agbele me won na wokwa videos, but still ninke bo you back na shine mokokwe camping bag ya stowaway. Anybody, everybody, people even want to go to even Togo put than to stay in Ghana. Men do fe Kenya Burkina Faso won fata a confirm GH, a confirm any large won be an what the war what the water confirm because we are leaving Ghana, we are tired. The system is failing the youth. And none buying a jacket owner. The government here realizes the human capital is what it needs to develop the nation. And the human capital are the people ni amu abenjofoye. So which capital are you going to use? Shona, they don't really care. Because Boma they say you're 65, she's still in your office. Eya ni beke negbe university na baba. eya a shift any line na ya here mokoye 70 ninke bo wi on still makenya ministry na sa hale contract the government prefers to recontract people that have pension. Why? Because people that are even on their pensions are leading the country. No, they don't see anything wrong. Okay, or your ministry and or your government, no chumo obey eshe ni sa ko shino ya. Oh ya, le denche government ye denche bake or you too much experience a war a renew a humble. She no kwe care like no ya no fair private consultants. But not any beke ni your university. Ne mamie fie how na ne hon amo ke shito ahun e hon ngo ahun e tele pure water e hon nu ye traffic lights me e hon mo ke komi ke no fie no beke bo mo kome e hon mama lebi e fie indomi hwane e hon ti ke oat man e tun gbe magbebu e fe ko e ke ko e bile with the hope akegbe ne ba gbe university na ni le hu e ba ne ba wale ne ke ko family Bekengbe university na nenche ahala ni eyelolo. Why? Because a wicked politician has decided to give somebody ni ehi government no chumomi ne ye government shika e ride the government official cars ehi government apartments mia enjoy enough with the family. Ne ba ya shani mokobile baba. They are not shifting. And you know the very funny thing about it le ebile le ba na he kondekele ba wo. No, he doesn't really or she doesn't really feel the pain of the Ghanaian. Don't let politicians deceive you. Politician ko kra begana manemi ne ye musunchon ko ke hagana nyokokula. Ebeko ka memba ni nje gota mienye ba na me hie Sophie ni aya elections ne inapi ni se ne malam won na wonyemi nu Jerry Ahmed na menjeje gota mi nke ehe wonche amenjeje mni aye ni wona ke eye ni won hale 3 years wona ke ba wo books na edumo na eje gota lolo. It will not happen. They will not do it. Jelepe ni gamanche mfe clean up na benye na mekome nye na old one say yemi be many make avota ha me bia na nye na yemni because that is how they come to convince us. I met you mama he sheeps in wolves in sheepskins, snake under the grass biting us slowly. Politicians ko kra be ne ba ke eye musunchon ko ke ha bo nyami ganyo e wo hano ohie akashi tamo onufu hano ohie akashi tamo onufu. When they are hungry, so when the chance came, they took it upon them to run away. Of course. When you mean Salaga Market is now a Shawo Junction. I mean, we begin to get involved because the capital city belongs to us. The seat of government is with us, and we must benefit at all costs. We are tired of being taken abako for granted. Nye hani wo hie taflache echelawo ye worshipon neno. Many mete je no kono kamete homo ni kamete homo simple, plain and simple. Unemployment any your man if they are fully engaged, they are getting their wages according to their strength. Chuni me civil servants for your man every day ama call 200 Ghana cedi for a day no chumo 8 hours. Alo ama call 100 Ghana cedi ni a junior level. Taflache he wale no chumo na chuo ye man moko na ehe nyomowo. I increase fuel. How many times in this month alone? How many times now increase salaries of civil servants? Shika na ha me no na ha me. No he wo enye afford ne he private car. Baja efele afeli na che ye salary me. E wo imagine mako ochuni o pay bia school fees o ye nga no le. O ye mami o ye papa no kwe. O pay chunyomo wo. O henu, o he kane, o fe ne me ne fe, na chechone. Lehu yoshi kamli. Enye ba she ne nyo kebato, when does your future begins? And you tell us our life must begin at 40, because life begins at 40. At 40, are you going to be beginning your life or planning your death? Mane mi ka fawo mi o ba frustrates from the day you were born till the day you die. ko gbo hu de nche weku ba pele gbonyo he aba no ho fridge mi nkeche ya ke moko hu ke bo ba fa shika man mi nka afobu ya mi you suffer. Now when people get the chance to run away, they will run away. They will run away. And I am telling them, okay, they are not, it is fraud. No many taflache wale no ni me hunye unyeke wo government seals ke wo government wo no ni unyeke feel. I am not speaking for the people that did what they did. Okay, they have done well. No, fraud is fraud. I agree. Fraud is fraud. I agree. But sometimes we must also pay attention to the cause. Sometimes we must also give leniency. Ejake, some desperate situations calls for desperate measures. Olaka, they prefer to put their family into shame. Many momo onaka kemoko ele shock egbele. Because at the point when I read the story, the question I asked myself, okay, coach Nike member say ya eliake taflache jiameni. When you hand wakwa first letter, nije national security be ade keba ake amomukwe. Okay, kewa na kaini what you see what press release le hunije Ghana Paralympic team made ni amehu they were letting us know of the situation ni ha wakwa anu the press release. No Ghana Paralympic team has absconded in Oslo, Norway. The attention of the National Paralympic Committee of Ghana, MPC Ghana, has been drawn to a news item and a letter from the Ministry of National Security captioned, Ghana Paralympic team absconds upon arrival in Oslo. The MPC Ghana wishes to seize the opportunity to correct this misinformation and representation, which is making rounds in the media and at the moment hopes to set the record straight. 1. The information making the rounds in the media is false and maliciously misleading, as the said team is not the Ghana Paralympic team and does not represent the same. 2. The MPC Ghana has not made or caused to be made any application to the Norwegian embassy to facilitate any Paralympic team's travel to Norway, let alone sponsor the team to participate in any international competition in that country in recent times or in times past in the history of the MPC Ghana. The MPC Ghana was not aware of or had any prior notice of the purported Ghana Paralympic team trip to Norway for an international competition as part of their preparations for the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games. Neither did this office facilitate and endorse the said group's trip and purported competition in Norway. But none of your me kakadang ewo noni huoye ni no bomoden ni bo so kwekun after the program call she document no obanye no oposi bona fe ni mini wo hu okwe shi wie mo ni your me le eye awunto fio none your me pe jakebe the Mr Samson Dean ni tom le money nchon le jimoni ekan neke ko ne na eta oni wonu we hihia ke many me adwofoye amebeti memi ameli amepo ameli ame ni na kan no le hu ame ameke noko yako embassy kupo aka menta ubisa ha mokomoko no na meleji ake Paris 2024 ni Paris 2024 po denche Olympic Games if yanke ngene na di Olympic game denche shishi ni I think ake the Paralympic game will begin after the Olympic or lenche. I think so. They don't know nekegbe me ni fangbene. Na me won meka me woloko kra won ko Norwegian embassy e po aka menta visa. Ameli ame. The fact ake national security e slack ame press release ake Paralympic team ejofwe it is misleading but mama no jake saka we ake fake Paralympic team ni ete. She asked at the time the national security found the NA they didn't really know ake it was fake or not. She boya hani wa abua ewie motwe bona feni wona no poteni eta woni ekewo awie.
What I would like to say is that the Ghana Paralympic team, one, have not sent anybody, have not sent any athlete, have not written a letter, have not applied for a visa, we have never applied for a visa at the Norwegian embassy. The Ghana Paralympic Committee have not sent anybody, any athlete, any official, any human, a Ghanaian, to the Norwegian embassy or even to get a visa to travel to Norway. The Ghana Paralympic Committee have no intention and have ever had any intentions of even attempting or even trying to participate in an event, which is an Olympic or which is a Paralympic qualifier in Norway or Oslo. The letter from the National Security Fine is good. It came from the Norwegian embassy, which reported that an application have passed through the embassy. The embassy had issued visas to some people. Let me say that upon our checks, upon receiving this document from the Ministry of Sports, we engaged, we checked, and then we realized that the letter was written, forged. They forged my signature, forged my letter, and applied for a visa for some people who are not athletes, who are not individuals associated with
okay, before you go on, Mr. Samson Dean, they forged your letter. Who are they, the they you refer to?
Theodore Mauli Viwoto, who is the former Secretary General of the Ghana Amputee Football Association, and Ernest Eisi, who is the founder of NST Foundation. Upon reaching out to them, we asked them how they got my signature and how they got my letter. They indicated one of the persons who are listed in the letters that I have forwarded to you, called Adongo, is the one who found my letter, forged all the signature. And where is the Adongo? The Adongo is not residing in Ghana at the moment. He's nowhere to be found. He's in Europe. And for that matter, these two officers who have one way or the other their associations in development of disability sport has since yesterday been suspended from any activity which is a Paralympic or disability sports in the country for now. And then we have written to the Ghana Police Service for further investigation into this matter. I have not signed any letter.
Mr. Samson Dean Nileji, President for the African Paralympic Committee, Lenoji Chairman for the Ghana Paralympic Committee. Ni Joy Sports B Jimeni Ekefe neke interview ne work crediting her Joy Sports for ame interview ne. Kejo boleto ye ewiake a forge ame signature ni ye a release ko huni ejepomi mi ewie ake money forge neke signature ne bemli ni me enyo na suspend me currently bia na ye Ghana abia me na asane ameke one Adongo neke Adongo ne ho acho aka Adongo Europe yo shina me baga mene ninke bo yo na Adongo akelele ncha na ale Ghana ana ale Ghana ale ne hie sha ameke Adongo niji Theodore Mauli ke Ernest Eisi ameke Adongo Jimoni forging na kind signature. The whole thing, what I am looking at or what I am deducing for this whole story is okay. These are people doing connection to travel. Fortunately for them, ekole ame and the marathon ni was happening in Oslo. Feel like they can capitalize on it. Mokoni is an expert. A forge or documentations and signatures can be contacts Mokoni mo enye failure. According to Mr. Ding the 6 had already applied to Norwegian embassy ni a refuse ni. In fact, there was a document ni was missing. He was not a refuse they came back and then Adongo forge ne kemaja documentation say fe hame ni ameketi na mekena na ken visa ne na meti. So there is something interesting over here I want us to also pay attention to. Bemli ni Minister for Youth and Sports saying there is a formality. Due process must be followed. The committee must write to them. Ni amelehu ame due diligence na mbafi. Ame they will also write to the embassy. He also complained, even the Norwegian embassy did not also do a due diligence. They didn't also call back, try to find out from the ministry and other important stakeholders, nekenoko are you sponsoring nekenoko or something. But I mean, I don't know much about what happens with youth and sports. I don't know much about what happens with sporting activities and when people want to travel to sports, all of these things. But one thing that I'm certain about is that I am not too sure who I mean, this kind of background checks calling and I don't know about individual visa applications. Well, I've never also heard of anything. So let me even not touch on that place. But Jiake, Achana Babi, no he walk na Babi, ni mea shema no, akeka wamekwe. She mo say punitive action will be taken against them. You don't want to take responsibility of what has happened. Ni you want to, but punitive measures will be taken. Are you not taking responsibility? Inche? Your responsibility no occur. And what do you mean by you're not going to take responsibility of the action? Of the situation. You're not taking responsibility of the situation. As in what? I don't understand. You need to explain on you because you are the minister. And no, whether you like it or not, as youth and sports. Those committees and everything are under youth and sports. You are definitely going to take responsibility because if anybody at all can forge government documentations, they ba forge my signature. Na abanye na kecho embassy mia. Ene fa kokain po amekete momo. Na menya mekecho mia. Hu na meka ashe taflache sickly man. Then there is something wrong with our system. This should alone tell us our barcode, everything is weak in this country. We have a weak system. We are just vulnerable people living in one hole as a country. What feel vulnerable ni were here. Ona, ene chomiake, what feel vulnerable ni were here. We are very, very vulnerable. I will not be surprised. Nibi people president money I mean there are so many loopholes. There are so many loopholes. And I go me put your man name ni ke Ghana be a komle anya ma aboni akobo ake awini no ko inheritance ke mini the government mini I mean how about government documentation ba na court of am say ke he ni bi ni petepete no ke stamp na I mean how oba na 9 ni bi ni nchom and I send up ke many mental mess come ma e ko sometimes say me ngbe po ke me email if you sometimes I mean na me to blow for you. But all of these things we must begin to look at. We are vulnerable in this country. But the bottom line is we are sick, we are tired, we are hungry, we are desperate. And we are going to go beyond sports. Because sports is no longer feeding anybody well. Taflache me ni sports, ewa me, ameke yemo juno. Stephen Apia me, amena yemli. Michael Essien me, amena yemli. Ame podi encheno na amena yema namely. Ke Stephen Apia kan ye twa ball ye bia ne nkwen na no fe no be ne ehia man probi school park no lolo etwa Monday special in your Monday stars. Michael listen na gbene ba jofo ne ye ma na mi lolo nkwen be ne kape le nyongbeli ahun 1005. Asamoajan shin liberty ne ba ya nkwen ile no asamoajan le no ne ba chon elejo wa wo kwen be ne e fata TikTok e say ni ejo at least TikTok po han shika wo kwen le be ne gba mi lolo alo ko be ne efe up and coming dancer because this country's sports does not do anything for you. Mr. President and your people, you need to look at certain things again. The people you are managing, everybody is tired of you and we need to leave. No hewo neke gbemene jofwe kemini mini na achu woku me na me amwo gbonyu ekeba ni woku me hu ni ka ma wo gbonyu keba na me jofwe minta ma bia ke wo bia na coach ni ekaje me na mo kele baba kemi nji esusu mapo de nche mo fe mo ko ni ba apply e ka ba afum ye jeme ya ka afumbo na kanje me po de ta flash go mi na ba afumbo ye po de nche ba na ke ko ye papa ofie owu jian ka ba fumbo ya udome ba fumbo ye Ghana ma na mi owu po ba yo hia owu eba yo hia e won nye bomoden wa de ncha ake he no yo oba kaje no kan na ko ogbo nyupo ba shega shablochi go mi ye for ablochi go mi ye for ablochi go mi residential area kaje no ka ba kra mo fe mo ko honi ba e bi sa ka eche mi e ba adufo e wo ka yen sumo nye twa na wa agbonyu eke ba acho mi na akoko atreku nye mene blema dede aboyo o ko gaja saji ni fe mo ni let's ask questions segment say no yo wo academician say wo gbele wo academy school chun ni luma headmistress in kan induma blackboard there no ni machoni
What TV? One on it.